What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, we're coming back to Soundgarden. Yes, indeed, Soundgarden Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-boobidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Ben Guevara, and Ben wanted to see me react to this song by Soundgarden called 1,000 Days Before. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold it, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Soundgarden, okay? And the video has 87,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. 1,000 Days Before. That's all I got. I mean, we got some album artwork here, and it does say Soundgarden, so I'm going to assume we're in the right spot. Look, I'm just using the link that Ben gave me, so if we're not in the right spot, don't blame me, blame Ben. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Very straight ahead. They are using a measure of 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's interesting. Because they could have very easily have gotten a very similar effect if they had just put the downbeat of the next phrase on the and of 4. It would have had a very similar effect. Oh, they could have stayed in 4/4 the whole time. Let me just make sure that's not what I'm hearing. Wait a minute. Maybe that is what they're doing. Hold on. No, it's 7. Okay. They're so close. I wasn't sure if they were doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then the downbeat of the next phrase on the end of 4, and just keep it 4/4 the whole time, or if they're actually doing a measure of 7/8 into a measure of 4/4, and that's what they're doing. Okay. That's pretty cool. Because they make it work. They somehow are managing to pull that off and make it sound smooth. I mean, there's that little awkwardness, yes, but it's not so awkward that it becomes a distraction. It's just awkward enough to stand out, and that's okay. That's all right. It's consistent. They've done it every single time. They did it before on the first chorus. They're doing it here on this chorus as well. And I'm willing to bet if we do the chorus again, they're going to do it again. I got no issue with that. I got no problem with that. It's consistent. You can bet money on it, okay? So it sounds good to me. I can't get over the main riff, utilizing the 3 as much as they are. Da 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 da. That 3 4 5 4 3 1. Yeah, I'm just like, that's really cool. I like that. It is what they're doing, right? It is 3 4 5 4 3 1. Wait a minute.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Okay, now I understand this is the guitar that I'm hearing, but I'm a bass player, not a guitar player, so I'm gonna go up here on the neck a little bit. Yeah, the D, okay. Yeah. So there's the root note, the D, but they're starting on the 3 and then resolving to the root on the way back down. So 3 4 5 4 3 1 3 4 5 3 4 1. It's interesting. It's hooky, man. It all revolves around the major third. It's really cool. It's a really nice riff. A very simple and easy riff too. It's not like you're flying all over the fretboard. You're literally staying in place pretty much, but it works. It definitely works. It's very, very appealing and very pleasing to the ear. And it's hooky as hell. So I'm digging it. Let's keep going here. Ending how we start. Okay. Yeah. Everything about the song makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is it the best song I've ever heard from Soundgarden? No, I don't think it's the best song I've ever heard from them, but it's a good song. It's definitely up there. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Soundgarden with 1,000 Days Before. This was a request from Ben Guevara. Okay, this song is actually pretty straight ahead compared to a lot of other Soundgarden songs I've heard. There's not a lot to talk about. So we're probably gonna have a short review. Don't quote me on that, but we're probably gonna have a short review. Let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.7. What does that mean? Well, a 7.7 would translate to a really good skill rating, so I think it's a really good song. It would translate to 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go. A 7.7, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Haha! So glad you asked. Okay, this song, comparatively to other songs I've heard from Soundgarden, first thing that strikes me, the very first thing that kind of caught my attention was the fact that we are playing around with the majors a lot in this song. I mean, there are songs from Soundgarden I've heard on the channel where they don't even touch majors at all. It's all minor. So them playing around, first of all, the fact that they're doing any majors at all is a nice, switch up. But the fact that the majors were the dominant feel and the dominant sound in this song is unusual for Soundgarden. I dug it. I absolutely dug it. It's a nice change of pace. And they were revolving around that one riff in particular, the 3 to the 4 to the 5 to the 4 to the 3 to the 1. But they were doing it double speed. Just really quick on it. And it's just a very quick, very simple riff. But again, it all revolves around the major third in particular. So you start off with the major third, up to the 5, down to the 3 to the 1. So 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1. But I just felt like they were really utilizing the major third quite a bit in this. And I had no issue with it at all. It felt good. It sounded good. It made sense. And it was catchy. It was absolutely catchy. They did play around with feel a little bit, switching between the halftime feel and the straight time feel, which was nice. Never went to double time, but that's okay. I don't think the song called for it. The other thing that really kind of got my attention was the usage of that measure of 7/8 in the chorus. So they would do a measure of 7/8. Now here's where things got interesting. At first, I thought they were doing 4/4, and they were just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the and of 4, they were going to hit the downbeat of the next phrase to give it the illusion of 7/8. No, upon further listening, when I got to the second time through the chorus, it really hit me that was actually 7/8 into 4/4. Now, did that sound awkward? A little. It sounded just a little awkward, but here's the thing. It didn't sound awkward in a bad way. It sounded awkward in a way that it was just enough to make you go, huh? Just enough to get your attention, to keep the listener vested, to keep the listeners engaged. Like, did that really just happen? Nah, let me listen to that again. Oh, they did. Okay, all right, okay. Here's the thing. 2 things about that. Number 1, it wasn't such a big distraction. It wasn't such a big differential that it became a distraction. It's not like your attention went completely to it and you became obsessed with it. You know, that didn't happen. It was a very quick thing, and the differential wasn't so huge that it made you go, "What in the world were they thinking?" You know, it's just a very small little thing, and just enough to get your attention. That's the first thing. The second thing, and this is probably the most important thing, it was consistent. They did it every single chorus. Now, I know a lot of people, will get on me for obsessing over the counting and, stuff like that. And listen, people are certainly entitled to their opinions. I mean, I know I'm entitled to mine, but, and everybody wants to, come down on me for paying too much attention to counting. Here's the thing. If you're not paying attention to the counting and you're playing the song and you're not paying attention to the counting, you're going to get lost, okay? Number one. Number two, because it's consistent, you can bank on it. You know it's going to happen. The pattern repeats. And since the pattern repeats, that means the pattern is able to be followed very easily. There have been other songs from Soundgarden where they have just, the time signatures just change so frequently and without any kind of a pattern, any kind of rhyme or reason to it. It just doesn't make any sense. And as a result, unless you've listened to the song 20 times, it's very hard to follow. This was not hard to follow. You heard it once, all the way through the chorus, and you're like, okay, let's see if they do that again on the second chorus. And sure enough, they do. So guess what? If they did it on the first chorus and they did it on the second chorus, odds are, if you're a betting man, Vegas odds are going to be clearly in the favor of them doing it again on the third chorus, which they did. And then, of course, ending how you start, I'm always a big proponent of that. I think that's always a good thing. It shows smart songwriting. It shows that they actually put thought into it rather than just slap a bunch of, repetitive chords on a piece of paper and go, here it is, our next big hit. Like a lot of other bands have done in the past. I'm not going to mention any names, but you know the bands I'm talking about. As far as the musicianship goes, everybody sounded fine. I got no issue with anything that was happening within the musicianship. Again, the guitar line, that major 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1, very catchy. Chris Cornell's vocals. Okay, if I'm being honest here, I think we can all pretty much agree. Not the most impressive vocal work I've heard from Chris Cornell. I've heard Chris Cornell be far more impressive than what he did on this album. Now, or on this song. Having said that, did what he sing fit the song? Absolutely. Did what he sing fit the context and the feel and the direction of the song? Absolutely. Did it need more? No. No. This song didn't need any more than what he gave. I'm just being straight with you guys. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh my God, that was the most incredible singing I've ever heard in my life. No, I've heard Chris Cornell be far more impressive in his singing than this. But, like I said, it's not always about being impressive. It's about doing what fits the needs and the moods and the feel of the song. And he absolutely fulfilled every single obligation that the song required. I'm just not going to sit here and, try to say that, this song deserves a 10 or a 9 or whatever, because it's just it's not impressive enough to get up there, And listen, not every song needs to be impressive. You're going to have songs that are going to have a nice feel, a nice groove. It's a hooky song. It's a catchy song. And it ends up being down in the 7s. It ends up being a really good song as opposed to an impressive song. Is there anything wrong with that? No, nothing wrong with that at all. I'll bet you anything, this song is probably a much more popular song than some of the songs that Soundgarden have done in the past that are, I think, personally, from a songwriting standpoint, far more impressive. So, everyone's going to have their favorites. Everybody's going to have their takes on things like that. But, I mean, personally, I think this is a really good song. It sounds like it could be a hit. I don't know if it was, but it sounds like it could be, considering the fact that we had a lot of major work in there. Very pleasing to the ear. If people were to tell me in the comments that this was a pretty big hit for them, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked at all, because it has all the elements that you look for in a hit song. So yeah, 7.7. It's a really good song. I absolutely stand by that score. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.7, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars. and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.